colors slowly start to fade. There is no easy way to say goodbye. Underneath the heavy purple sky, no easy way to pack the memories and set them drifting on the open seas. We're softly letting go of yesterday, because there simply is no easy way. We tried to fix the glitches in the code, but we're just standing on a broken road. A masterpiece that started falling down in the center of a silent town. I'll keep the Polaroids in a wooden box and change the numbers on the mental locks. A bittersweet conclusion to the song, knowing that it's time for moving on. Don't say you're sorry, don't apologize. I see the gentle truth inside your eyes. We had a season in the golden sun, but now the analog era is done. There is no easy way to say goodbye. Underneath the heavy purple sky, no easy way to pack the memories and set them drifting on the open seas. We're softly letting go of yesterday, because there simply is no easy way. No easy way. No easy way. The thunder rolls across the distant hill, but inside this room the air is completely still. I see the worry lines upon your face, a heavy burden from the human race. You close your eyes and let out a sigh, watching the heavy modern world go by. You think you have to face the storm alone, sitting upon a solitary throne. But I am standing right beside the bed to chase away the ghost inside your head. The static fades into a velvet hum. The morning light will eventually come. I'll stay with you through the darkest hour, when the shadows grow and the storm clouds lower. I'll stay with you, a steady, quiet light, guiding you safely through the indigo dark, but we are protected by a vintage spark. I'll hold your hand until your breathing slows and shield you from the heavy winter blows. You fought so many battles on your own, walking the lonely avenues of stone, but now the analog magic has begun. You don't ever have to try and run. Sleep now, my love. Let the tension release. Float on the gentle rivers of peace. I am the anchor, I am the guard. I know the journey was incredibly hard. I'll stay with you through the darkest hour, when the shadows grow and the storm clouds lower. I'll stay with you, a steady, quiet light, guiding you safely through the indigo night. No need to be afraid of what is to be. You are completely, perfectly safe with me. Stay with you. Stay with you. I saw you standing by the record store, looking exactly like you did before. The same old jacket and the same old smile. It's been a really, really long while. I hesitated by the avenue, wondering if I should walk up to you. But the universe has a funny way of bringing back the ghost of yesterday. The tape rewinds to 1984, a sudden knock upon a closed door. I thought the fire had turned into ash, but memories are hidden in the cache. After all this time, the feeling remains, a quiet echo in the purple rain. After all this time, the signal is strong, like a missing verse to a favorite song. I'm falling back into the neon haze, lost inside your familiar gaze. We grab a coffee and we talk so slow about the places that we used to go. The arcade hall and the midnight drive, the moments that made us feel alive. The years between us start to blur and fade under the cover of a synth face shade. It's like we simply paused the video and picked it up exactly where we let it go. is it just a glitch, a sudden spark from a broken switch? I don't really care what the logic says. I'm happy living in these vintage days. After all this time, the feeling remains, a quiet echo in the purple rain. After all this time, the signal is strong, like a missing verse to a favorite song. I'm falling back into the neon haze, lost inside your familiar gaze. After
the city lights are glowing softly blue. I'm sitting here just thinking about you. The words I didn't say are piling high, like clouds across a lonely winter sky. I know I let the shadows cause a tear. I let the static interfere. But sitting in this empty, quiet room, I wanna chase away the heavy gloom. I'm turning back the hands upon the clock, standing at your door, about to knock. I'm leaving all my foolish pride behind, hoping that you'll still be soft and kind. Give me just one chance to make it right, to hold you in the middle of the night. Just one chance to rewrite history and show you what you really mean to me. I'll be the steady rhythm in the dark, if you just let me keep this little spark. Rewinding to the very start, to the innocent beating of a digital heart. I'll erase the lines that caused you any pain and walk you safely through the purple rain. We don't have to let the story fade or throw away the memories we made. Let's just pause the world and take a breath. Save this beautiful romance from death. Just let me keep this little spark. Just one chance. Building outside of the door. The chaotic oceans are starting to roar. I see the exhaustion pulling you down, a heavy weight in this cynical town. You've been fighting the battles for far too long. Let me step up and sing you a song. Rest your tired head on my shoulder tonight. I'm perfectly ready to finish the fight. Stand behind me, let the shadows fall. I built a fortress with a heavy wall. The static is loud, but my signal is clear. You have absolutely nothing to fear. I'm holding the line, steady and strong, right in the pieces where they belong. Holding the line in the neon glow. I will never, ever let you go. Let the world crash like a digital wave. I'm guarding the sanctuary that we save. The synthesizer plays a triumphant chord, a beautiful victory and a sweet reward. I'm wearing the armor so you can be free, an analog shield in the digital sea. We don't need to run and we don't need to hide, as long as I'm standing right by your side. A vintage courage, deep and true. My entire unit
taxi disappears down the empty street, taking away the chaotic modern beat. The neon signs are buzzing a steady low hum, waiting for the absolute magic to come. You slip off your shoes and in the yellow light, we're stepping completely into the velvet night. The daylight hours are a totally different game, but under the moon we don't even need a name. The physical world is washing down the drain, leaving us alone in the purple rain. No clocks to punch, no heavy masks to wear, just the electricity hanging in the air. Everything changes after midnight falls, painting no shadows on the bedroom walls. After midnight, when the static clears, washing away all our daylight fears, we're kings and queens of an analog dream, floating together down a velvet stream. The synthesizer plays a hypnotic slow line, your fingers softly intertwining mine. We breathe in sync, a steady calm retreat, a beautiful victory inside of a defeat. I read the secrets written in your quiet gaze, lost in the middle of a beautiful haze. The sun is a promise that we will ignore, while we cast our shadows on the wooden floor. Let the morning wait outside the heavy glass. We're watching the quiet, beautiful hours pass. A vintage romance in a digital age, writing a secret, beautiful page. Everything changes after midnight falls, painting no shadows on the bedroom walls. After midnight, when the static clears, washing away all our daylight fears, we're kings and queens of an analog dream, floating together down a velvet stream. After midnight, deep in the blue. After midnight, just me and you. I don't remember the date or the exact year, but I remember the melody loud and clear. I don't remember the words that the people said, but I remember the rhythm inside my head. We measured our youth in the tracks on a tape, a beautiful, endless and sonic escape. Side A was the summer we drove to the sea. Side B was the winter you drifted from me. We didn't use calendars, we didn't use clocks. We kept all our time in a plastic box, a timeline constructed of synths and bass, lost inside a beautiful fading space. Those were the nights we knew by song, knowing exactly where our hearts belong. The nights we knew by song, fading away, washing into the modern cynical gray. I press the rewind and I close my eyes, traveling back to the purple skies. Track 4 is the night that we danced in the rain. Track 5 is the quiet and the unspoken pain. The synthesizer played while the universe spun. We thought that the magic had only begun. Now the ribbons are tangled, the sound is so thin, I can't figure out where the endings begin. But the ghosts of the melodies hover around, the most beautiful comfort I ever have found. Time is a thief that steals all the gold, but the music will never, ever grow old. A permanent echo in the velvet dark, the fading trail of a beautiful spark. Those were the nights we knew by song, knowing exactly where our hearts belong. The nights we knew by song, fading away, washing into the modern cynical gray. I press the rewind and I close my eyes, traveling back to the purple skies. By song, by song, never going back. By song.
The world is full of complicated words and theories that the modern ear has heard. People try to analyze the way we feel, questioning if analog love is real. But I don't need a dictionary to define the way your fingers intertwine with mine. I don't need a scientist to run a test to know that story that will never get old. A comfortable silence on a Sunday drive, making me feel so completely alive. You are the melody stuck in my head, the sweetest words that were ever said, the anchor when the digital waves get rough, knowing that your love is always enough. Let the cynics talk and let the skeptics stare. I'm walking on the electric air. I found my truth, I found my light, burning incredibly, wonderfully bright. You mean everything, from the earth to the sky. You're the beautiful reason, the ultimate why. You mean everything in the neon glow, the only direction I ever want to go. A vintage promise, solid and true. My whole universe revolves around you. Need everything, my heart and soul. Need everything, you make me whole. I never believed in the cinematic scenes or the overly dramatic magazine routines. I thought that the world was practical and gray, just a sequence of waking and sleeping away. But then you walked in with a casual grace and painted new colors all over the place. The air is suddenly lighter to breathe. I'm feeling a magic, I finally believe. The static is gone from my analog mind, leaving the cynical logic behind. A subtle shift in the atmosphere, making the complicated crystal clear. This must be love, flowing so deep, a beautiful promise. I'm going to keep this. Must be love, steady and bright, guiding me safely. I It's just a little piece of plastic and a magnetic thread, but it holds the weight of everything we ever said. We push it in the dashboard of the rusted car and follow the guidance of the morning star. The city in the rearview is a fading gray. We're leaving the heavy, cynical ghosts away. The engine is humming a steady low drone, heading directly into the great unknown. We don't have a fortune, we don't have a plan, just a quiet woman and a quiet man. But we've got a soundtrack for the open road, lifting the pressure off the heavy load. It's a ribbon of hope, spinning in the dark, fueling the fire of the original spark. A ribbon of hope unwinding in the night, guiding us safely to the morning light. A pocket-sized universe, wild and free, carrying the beautiful dreams of you and me. The synthesizer plays a triumphant slow hum. We're marching to a singular analog drum. Track 3 is the promise that we'll never quit. Track 4 is the fire that we beautifully lit. The white lines are pulling us deep into the blue. There is absolutely nothing left for us to do. Just keep the tires rolling on the pavement stone, knowing we will never have to face the world Let the ribbon stretch, let the music play. We are washing the shadows of the past away. A vintage momentum, incredibly sweet, making the victory beautifully complete. It's a ribbon of hope, spinning in the dark, fueling the fire of the original spark. A ribbon of hope unwinding in the night, guiding us safely to the morning light. A pocket-sized universe, wild and free, carrying the beautiful dreams of you and me. Ribbon of hope, beep, 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 ribbon of hope to the solid ground. I punched the clock at exactly 5 o'clock and left the heavy paperwork upon the block. I traded in the tie for a leather coat with a beautiful melody caught in my throat. executing perfectly my analog plan. The neon signs are pointing exactly where to go. I'm stepping right into the ultraviolet glow. The Monday morning blues are a million miles away. I'm totally racing the cynical modern gray. I slide a cassette in the deck and turn it high, riding underneath the velvet painted sky. I'm a weekend legend, walking down the street, moving perfectly to the analog beat. A weekend legend, wild and free, the absolute ruler of the digital scene. I don't need a crown and I don't need a throne. I'm making the entire city my own. The funky guitar plays a sharp, upbeat hook. I'm ripping every page from the cynical rule book. I meet you at the corner under the flashing light, ready to conquer the magic of the night. We walk into the club and the music gets loud, standing out beautifully from the heavy crowd. A vintage confidence incredibly sweet, making the victory beautifully complete. Let the corporate towers scrape against the blue. My entire empire is built around this groove. A masterpiece painted in magenta and gold. A beautiful story that never gets old. I'm a weekend legend, walking down the street, moving perfectly to the analog beat. A weekend legend, wild and free, the absolute ruler of the digital scene. I don't need a crown and I don't need a throne. I'm making the entire city my own. Weekend legend, keep on moving, just keep on grooving.
The city skyline shrinks in the rearview glass, leaving all the modern heavy shadows to pass. The white lines pull us deep into the velvet blue. There is absolutely nothing left for us to do. You roll the window down and breathe the midnight air. The dashboard lights reflecting in your blowing hair. We packed a single suitcase and an acoustic guitar, following the guidance of a distant star. No destinations printed on a paper map, just my fingers resting gently in your lap. The engine hums a steady, quiet lullaby underneath the canopy of the open sky. I'm making a highway promise in the neon glow. No matter where these endless winding rivers go, a highway promise written on the midnight breeze. I'll be your anchor on the heavy, stormy seas. Keep your hands upon the wheel and drive us through power lines. Let the people whisper, let the rumors fly. They don't know the truth inside the purple sky. We found a frequency that only we can hear, washing away every trace of modern fear. It's a vintage journey, beautiful and slow, with absolutely nowhere else we need to go. Machine, we're painting our own independent scene. A pocket full of cassettes and a tank of gas, watching the beautiful miracles pass. I'm making a highway promise in the neon glow. No matter where these endless winding rivers go, a highway promise written on the midnight breeze. Points to you. Highway promise under the stars. Highway promise, just the two of us in the cars. The physical world is shutting its heavy eyes underneath the painted violet skies. I place the plastic box right next to my head and sink into the comfort of the lonely bed. The ribbon starts to spin in the quiet dark, fueling the fire of the analog spark. The singer is whispering a lullaby tune under the watch of a silver painted moon. The gravity pulls, but my spirit takes flight, navigating through the shadows of the night. I'm perfectly safe from the cynical machine, lost in the middle of a beautiful scene. I'm slipping away into magnetic dreams tonight, bathed in the soft and the artificial light. Magnetic dreams floating in the blue, a beautiful dimension exclusively for two. The tape is the vehicle, the music is the key, unlocking the heavy modern chains for me. The acoustic guitar plays a solitary chord, a quiet surrender and a sweet reward. The frequency washes over my heavy chest, the absolute perfect place for my soul to rest. I see the neon colors behind my closed eyes, erasing the modern and the artificial lies. A vintage sanctuary made of plastic and wire, burning with a quiet and a beautiful fire. magic away. I'm slipping away into magnetic dreams tonight, bathed in the soft, in the artificial light. Magnetic dreams floating in the blue, a beautiful dimension exclusively for two. The tape is the vehicle, the music is the key, unlocking the heavy modern chains from me. Magnetic dreams, magnetic dreams, a promise to keep. I'm looking up at the canvas of the velvet night, a billion tiny pinpricks of celestial light. The physical world is just a tiny spinning sphere, and all of our heavy worries simply disappear. I send a message out into the empty dark, hoping to find another solitary spark. A radio wave traveling across the deep, a quiet promise that the universe will keep. We're so incredibly small in the grand design, but I feel the gravity of your heart pulling mine. Through the vastness of the silence and the cold, a vintage connection made of stardust and gold. We are floating between the signal and the stars, healing the invisible, analog scars between the signal and the stars, wild and free. The beautiful drop inside, cosmic, digital sea. No borders, no gravity, no heavy lines to trace, just two quiet spirits in the outer space. The synthesizer plays a haunting, endless drone, reminding me that we are never truly alone. I catch the frequency of your quiet, gentle sigh, echoing softly in the pastel painted sky. We don't need a spaceship or a metal machine. We're navigating
Words are tangled right behind my lips, like a sinking vessel, like a solar eclipse. I practice lines in the mirror all day long, but every single sentence comes out wrong. You're sitting there in the pale moonlight, a beautiful vision in the middle of the night. I wanna tell you what is in my heart, but I just don't know how or where to start. The static hums a quiet, gentle tune under the gaze of a silver moon. I'm gathering my courage in the dark, hoping you can feel this little spark. It's hard to say what I really feel, to show you that this analog love is real. It's hard to find the perfect shining word when the voice inside is completely blurred. But if you look into my quiet eyes, you'll see a truth that never fades or dies. The coffee's cooling on the wooden stand. I wanna reach across and hold your hand. We're sitting in a comfortable space, tracing the shadows on your lovely face. I could write a letter, maybe leave a note, hidden in the pocket of your winter coat. But paper tends to fade and turn to dust. I wanna build a bridge of solid trust. Let the silence do the talking for a while. I'll read the secret hidden in your smile. No need to rush the poetry or rhyme. We have the universe, we have the time. It's hard to say what I really feel, to show you that this analog love is real. It's hard to find the perfect shining word when the voice inside is completely blurred. But if you look into my quiet eyes, you'll see a truth that never fades or dies. Hard to say, but I feel it too. Hard to say. I'm in love with you. The shadows are playing on the ceiling fan. I'm trying to follow the master plan, but the ink is wet and the map is torn, waiting for the secrets to be born. Is it love or is it just a ghost? The thing that I'm starting to fear the most. I see a flicker in the hallway light, a message hidden in the dead of night. The future is a screen of static gray, watching the answers slip away. I'm standing on the edge of the unknown, a king on a temporary throne. I don't know yet which way to go. In the middle of this neon show, I don't know yet what's real or not.
was loud, a sea of faces in a nameless crowd. I was drifting aimless on a digital sea, with absolutely nothing tying down to me. I was a cynic in a heavily guarded cage, reading the lines from a lonely page. But then the sea parted and the static cleared, and everything else simply disappeared. The gravity shifted, the clocks forgot to tick, a beautiful, sudden and magical trick. I dropped the armor and I dropped the shield. The ultimate truth was suddenly revealed. It only took one look to change the grand design, to permanently tether your analog heart to mine. One look across the velvet purple haze, and I was lost inside your quiet maze. I didn't need a word, I didn't need a sign, just one look to know that you were mine. The synthesizer plays a celestial hum. We're marching to a steady, quiet drum. I saw the galaxies reflecting in your gaze, a guiding light out of the lonely days. We crossed the floor in a slow motion dance, caught in a beautiful, undeniable trance. A telepathic wire connecting us to a highway of stars leading straight to you. Let the universe spin in its crazy spin. I know exactly where my soul has been. A vintage devotion that never demands, just placing my heart in your trembling hands. It only took one look to change the grand design, to permanently tether your analog heart to mine. One look across the velvet purple haze, and I was lost inside your quiet maze. I didn't need a word, I didn't need a sign, just one look to know that you were mine. One look, that's all it took. One look, writing the book. The gravity of Monday is pulling me down. I'm walking through the gray of a cynical town. The noise of the traffic is heavy and loud. and a beautiful fire. The concrete cities scrape against the blue. I have a beautiful alternative view. A masterpiece painted in silver and black. I'm entirely ready to fade to the track. I'm carrying a pocket universe tonight, bathed in a soft and celestial light. A pocket universe, wild and free. A beautiful dimension, exclusively for me. Whenever the modern world is heavy and cold, I wrap myself up in this analog gold. Pocket universe, safe and deep. Pocket universe, a promise to keep.
We wore denim jackets like a heavy coat of mail, walking down the avenues on a golden dusty trail. The streetlights hadn't flickered on, the sun was sinking low. We had a pocket full of nothing and absolutely nowhere to go. The neighborhood was painted in a tangerine and gold. We thought we knew the secrets that the universe would hold. We laughed at all the adults with their briefcases and ties, while the magic of the summer was reflecting in our eyes. The physical world was standing completely still. A quiet victory upon a quiet hill. We didn't need a photograph to capture the scene. The absolute best that there has ever been. We were woven together by the golden threads, with a million beautiful dreams inside our heads. Golden threads in the faded denim blue, a vintage universe created just for you. The decades pass and the colors start to fade, but I'll never lose the memory that we made. The synthesizer plays a happy retro beat, echoing the rhythm of our walking feet. I remember the songs playing from the corner store. I don't think I've ever wanted anything more. We thought the innocence would permanently last before we became a shadow in the analog past. But holding on to the feeling in the fading light makes everything in the modern world feel right. towers high. I'll keep the golden hours in my painted sky, a masterpiece running on a youthful breeze, bringing my cynical logic to its knees. We were woven together by the golden threads, with a million beautiful dreams inside our heads. Golden threads in the faded denim blue, a vintage universe created just for you. The decades pass and the colors start to fade, but I'll never lose the memory that we made. Golden threads, making it complete. You wear a jacket made of heavy steel, trying to hide the things you really feel. You walk the neon streets with careful eyes, protecting all your quiet, sweet replies. I see you looking from the window pane, watching the world wash away in the rain. You think that keeping distance keeps you safe, a solitary ghost in a silent space. But the armor's getting heavy on your tired soul, and isolation takes a quiet, heavy toll. Let down the drawbridge, let the evening in. This is where the healing can begin. Don't hide your heart in the velvet dark. Don't be afraid of the original spark. Don't hide your heart from the neon light. I'm standing here to make it all alright. You don't have to face the winter on your own. Drop the heavy walls of stone. I know the history of broken lines, I know the danger of the warning signs, but I'm not here to play a temporary game or casually forget your given name. I brought a blanket and a steady fire to burn away the cynical desire. Just take a breath and let the fortress fall. I'm perfectly ready to catch it all. Step out of the shadows, step into the glow. Let the gentle rivers of the spirit flow. You're beautiful and you are completely real, teaching this analog world how to feel. Don't hide your heart in the velvet dark. Don't be afraid of the original spark. Don't hide your heart from the neon light. I'm standing here to make it all alright. You don't have to face the winter on your own. Drop the heavy walls of stone. Hide your heart, let it shine.
The years have passed like a digital blur. I can't remember who we actually were, but I saw your name on a dusty screen, a hidden chapter of a movie scene. I wonder if you ever think of me when you're drifting on the open sea, or if you've erased the frequency of the vintage love that used to be. The static is humming a quiet song, asking me where I truly belong. I'm reaching out into the velvet dark, looking for a single living spark. If you still care, give me a sign. Somewhere across the borderline, if you still care, in the neon glow, I'm still the person that you used to know. Just a whisper, just a breath, before we put this memory to death. Every streetlight is a candle lit. The air is thin and the stars are low, watching the heavy rivers flow. I don't wanna bother your quiet life or cut through the silence with a knife, but I'm still tuned to the same old station, waiting for a soul's destination. Is there a spark, a little light in the hollow dark? I'm not asking for the sun or moon, just a note in a familiar tune. If you still care, give me a sign. Somewhere across the borderline, if you still care, I'm still the person that you used to know. Just a whisper, just a breath, before we put this memory to death. If you still
gathering the pieces of the analog spark. 160 stories, side A and side B, a beautiful map of our entire history. I recorded the silence and I recorded the storm, to keep your beautiful spirit perfectly warm. I carefully leveled the bass and the highs to match the quiet comfort inside of your eyes. This is isn't just plastic and magnetic tape. It's a fully constructed eternal escape. When the modern world gets too heavy to bear, just press the button and I will be there. Here's the tape with my handwriting on it. Every single piece of my soul I have drawn it. The tape with my handwriting faded and blue. 160 promises exclusively for you. When you feel lonely in the cynical gray, just look at the label and press the play. I poured my entire universe into this plastic shell of vintage magic that I know incredibly well. The synthesize these swells in a triumphant chord. This analog journey is its own reward. We drove through the neon, we walked in the rain, we washed away the residue of every pain. You'll hear the crackle of the vinyl and the heavy hiss. A perfect container for an endless kiss. Keep it safe in the drawer by the side of your bed and listen to the quiet, beautiful things I say. Let the digital empires crumble to dust. We have a monument of patience and trust. Whenever the future feels incredibly cold, wrap yourself up in this analog gold. Here is the tape with my handwriting on it. Every single piece of my soul I have drawn it. The tape with my handwriting faded and blue. 160 promises exclusively for you. When you feel lonely in the cynical gray, just look at the label and press the play. I poured my entire universe into this plastic shell of vintage magic that I know incredibly well. My handwriting, I'm with you The room is dim and the music is slow, reflecting the light of the stereo glow. I watch the way that you move through the space, a quiet elegance and natural grace. No need to hurry, we're taking our time. A perfect rhythm and a perfect rhyme. You reach for my hand and you pull me near, and instantly silence the noise and the fear. It's a physical language we both understand, a gentle connection, a softly held hand. The air is electric, the feeling is deep, a memory I'm always going to keep. This is love in motion, a steady flow, a beautiful current under the glow. Love breeze, a comforting sigh as the hours of midnight slowly go by. We're stepping in time to a vintage beat, a quiet sanctuary above the street. The world outside is a chaotic blur, but in here the magic is starting to stir. We sway like the trees in the summer breeze, bringing my restless mind to its knees. A look in your eyes and the universe spins. This is the moment the magic begins. A seamless connection of body and soul, making the broken pieces whole. This is love in motion, a steady flow, a beautiful current under the glow. Love in motion, a sweet design, your analog heartbeat syncing with mine. We're painting the shadows across the floor, and I couldn't ask for anything more. Love in motion, love in motion. I watch the news on the television screen, a complicated, chaotic, modern machine. People are running to catch a heavy train, washing their spirits in the digital rain. They say the future is a turbulent flight, with heavy shadows hiding the light. But I just turn the volume completely down and listen to the quiet of the sleeping town. The world can spin in a frantic design, but I have your fingers tangled in mine. The wind can howl and the seasons can turn. We have a steady, quiet fire to burn. Nothing will change us in the velvet dark. We are the keepers of the analog spark. Nothing will change us through the shifting sand. I'll be right here, holding your hand. Let the empires fall and the trends fade away. We're perfectly anchored, and here we will stay. We built a fortress out of patience and trust, away from the iron and the digital dust. You know my secrets and I know your fears. We've dried a million invisible tears. It's not a dramatic or a cinematic show, just a beautiful, steady and comfortable glow. A vintage loyalty that never gets old, the greatest story that was ever told. change